Hi, and welcome to Telly Talk. I'm Liv.
And I'm Ben.
And on this episode, you'll hear our carefully considered and not at all random thoughts on a show we like. There will be spoilers.
We're giving ourselves an age rating of 15 and above, but you're welcome to make up your own mind. Listener discretion is advised.
So we're back to Oak Island.
It's episode 10. Can you believe it's 10 episodes already?
No. Then again, we started in November and we're now in January.
So you can.
So it kind of does make sense. Yeah.
Okay, good.
When I actually think about it, yes.
When I put my thinking hat on,
Yeah.
10 sounds about alright.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah, but my emotions say we haven't watched 10 this episode.
I know, I'm thinking maybe 4.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
But there you go. We're here, episode 10. That's not even halfway through a normal season. Though.
I know, yeah, but we don't actually know how long this season's going to be.
No, but like every other season's been 24 or 25 seasons for like episodes for like the last 10 seasons. So,
yeah.
I think we can guess.
Good chance we're about halfway through.
Well, unless they're about to find it and then the rest of the episodes are them spending the money.
Oh yeah, now that would be interesting.
Season 14 is just them turning into like proper rich people. Buying yachts.
Already are proper rich people.
Well, even more rich people. Rick will never cry again.
Money doesn't equal happiness, Ben.
Well, speaking of crying, the episode title made me cry because it's so bad. Boulder and Wiser.
Yeah.
Boulder like the rock.
Yeah. Not balding as in losing hair.
Yes. Although, I hadn't thought of that.
They're doing it for so long, their hair's all falling out.
Yeah, well, they've gone grey. Like, Alex Lagina has gone full grey-haired in
Yes,
the time
he has.
been...
He's quite the silver fox now, isn't he?
Sorry, is there something you need to tell me?
No.
Okay.
It's just casually commenting on his hair.
This is nothing quite like hearing your wife call a younger man a silver fox. That's.
Is he younger? I thought we were about the same age. He's younger than you.
Yes, he's younger than you as well, love.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
You're pretty sure.
Okay.
He looks older than me, but what can you do? It's radio, they don't know. I'm just trying to make myself feel young because I had a fall earlier. I fell over just walking.
Blood everywhere.
Well, the thing is, the universe decided there's one last extra rebuke for being so clumsy to make me fall on our gravel.
Yeah.
And it turns out pointy rocks are not a good thing to fall on.
No.
Yeah, it was like falling over at Oak Island, except you didn't fall down a shaft and die.
And then you didn't land in a swamp.
I didn't. I mean, that would have been a softer way.
Much softer.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes. So we'll start off this fine episode when you're ready, Liv.
Ready?
Ready.
Throw back to another
Well,
podcast.
That's a deep cut. It wasn't even a podcast. It was a radio show section. Anyway.
Yeah, it was a segment on a radio show, wasn't it? On BBC... No, BBC One. Yeah, Radio 1. Oh, my God.
In the UK.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Everyone knows what Radio 1 is.
Do they?
Yeah.
Even the people in Nova Scotia?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to sort of go with the money pit drilling at first because that's the core foundation of the entire premise of the show.
Yeah.
This was a touch underwhelming once again,
Yeah.
I thought. Mainly because most of it was the follow-on from last week.
To be honest, it makes the episodes where they found nothing but the beeper went off quite interesting.
Which is saying something.
Yeah.
So basically what we're saying is Charles Barkhouse accidentally detecting that the table has screws in it is more interesting than this episode.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So they are drilling DN13, which is like half a foot away from the last one.
Yeah, but this one is empty.
Yeah, they're aiming at the top of the peacock, right through its head.
Yeah.
So they're giving the peacock a lobotomy. They're aiming for one of the cavities that they identified in the scan.
Missed it.
Well, did they miss it, or did it not exist?
Well, there is that.
Because what they've done there is they've torpedoed my enthusiasm for that this sonar scan is actually anything. Because they've drilled where they thought it would be, nothing. They've had nothing.
Did they get the results from the sonar, though? We didn't see that.
Well, they showed the sonar at the time. We saw the pictures of the sonar when they were doing it, the live ones. They haven't had the
results from the analysis back.
No, but like I'm now like, yeah, but you've drilled where it is and there and anything there.
I don't think No, I mean, this peacock, I don't even know how they've named it a peacock, because it looks nothing like a peacock. I paid attention this week.
I will grant you, the blob and the baby blob do look like blobs.
They do. This just looks like an elongated, odd-shaped oval.
So is Marty your next expert that's getting the...
He's not an expert.
No, well, there
He's
you go.
far from an expert, no.
He's not even an expert in peacocks.
I'm not coming at anyone specifically, but this naming of this area is bad.
It seems like Marty seems to be he's the guy that gives these ridiculous things. Because he came up with the blob, the baby blob, the golden egg, which did not look like a golden egg.
Well, it was an egg shape that they were hoping was filled with gold.
Did the peacock lay the golden egg?
Well, that's what they're hoping. I think you made that joke before.
I did. I was just
but it doesn't even look like a peacock. This is my new issue.
It looks more like the map of Great Britain.
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe he didn't want to get sued by Her Majesty's...
His Majesty's.
Oh, man. Yeah, I kind of forget that it's the king and not the queen. It's just a bit weird, but...
It's those everyday things. I mean, we've spent our whole life with the queen, and now it's the king.
Yeah.
It's hard to adjust.
What's also hard to adjust to is that they didn't find anything in this hole.
I know. Why are they showing us?
Because they want to show that they are drilling a boatload of holes.
And that they are trying really hard?
It's filler. But they needed to go, look, see, we drilled a hole where there would be a thing and there wasn't. Anywho, pro Hawk enhancement of video from last time. Don't lose faith.
Well, I did lose a bit of faith with this, actually.
Yeah.
Because I was hoping to see something. And then instead of it being quite, I don't know, blurry, it's now black and white. And I felt like I could see more before.
So yeah, it went from blurry to, I put slightly less blurry, but I think it feels like they just cranked up the contrast a bit. Yeah.
They just highlighted the differences in...
What I was getting was like a rerun of Dan Blankenship in 10X. He's like, there's some fuzzy stuff, that's a chest. There's some fuzzy stuff, that's a body.
Yeah.
And they're like, that bit is a stack of planks or stakes.
Laid out like roof slates.
Yeah.
So slightly overhanging each other.
Because that's what you do underground, right?
Yeah, I was thinking, what's the point of that?
Maybe someone built a little house down there, and that was for the guards for the offset chamber.
Well, why would the guards need a little house? Surely the guards are big and therefore need a big house.
Unless they were tiny. Everyone was smaller years ago.
Ant guards.
Ant guards. Or tiny Templars.
Uh-huh.
But they also point out there were square features in various places.
I said there were square features. And then they talked about the shiny reflective thing, which you were wondering when they'd talk
was
about.
Was a rectangle. Well, I said, I wasn't, because I thought there was yellowy stuff around. So maybe that's what they meant?
Shiny, yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow can be shiny.
So I thought it was really interesting, the next part, where they were just having a chat with the guy from Pro Hawk, who is, let's be mindful, is a guy whose job is to enhance video.
Yeah, probably all sorts of different videos.
Yeah, I can't imagine that there's a huge amount of underground treasure video.
Yeah.
Like, this feels niche.
Yeah, I was thinking he probably specialises in grainy CCTV and things like that for police and detective work.
But for the purposes of this, Oak Island, the Fellowship of the Dig, are like, this guy is our expert. So in your professional opinion, what percentage chance is there that any of even one of these is man-made?
I know.
And he was like, 90%.
Yeah.
I'm like, but what does that mean?
I know.
That's the same as Rick or Marty having a wager.
Yeah. I thought the exact same thing, because, okay, this guy is an expert in his field, but that field is video quality. Not whether stuff is man-made or not. You need one of the geologists to look at that.
I'm an expert in my field, but no one's asking me about this because I don't know Jack.
Yeah.
But they were... I'd love to know Jack, but he's back, as it goes. But
sort of.
Yeah, sort of.
He's on the video link,
He's on the video call.
Yeah.
Got a bit of Begley in our lives. But yeah, they then treat it like that this is Wow.
Gold standard information.
This is like going, Carmen, what do you think about metal?
Yeah.
And then he gives you a thought on metal and you go, yeah, fair dues. They treat it like he's the Carmen leg of video.
Yeah, they're just so used to asking experts their opinion that they've forgotten that this guy's not an expert in man-made stuff.
And of course, he's looking at the same blurry-ass video that we're looking at that you can't tell anything from.
Yeah.
That blurry squiggle over there, totally man-made.
Yeah. Ian Spooner, Dr. Ian Spooner.
The Spoonster.
Or, is it Tony Matheson, the other geologist?
Terry Matheson, the
Terry
geologist.
Matheson. Either one of those could have given an actual opinion.
Maybe, but even they're not experts in fuzzy video. They should have got a medium in, and then they could have asked Dan Blankenship and see what he thought.
Oh, I never thought about a medium. Yeah, that's probably the most reliable.
That's the crossover this show needs. Get Derek Acora in to bullshit it up. No?
Well, anyway, I was going to say then, because no one's particularly sure of what any of that is, they suddenly go, oh, do you know what? It's probably a collapse of something, and that's why it's not very clear.
That's why it's all jumbly.
Yeah.
But they love their collapse theory. That's what they go to for everything. Everything's collapsed. I'm looking forward to, again, next season where everything's somehow collapsed below the solution channel.
One team about 150 years ago or whatever heard rumblings in the ground that they assumed were a collapse. Since then, everything collapse.
Yeah. Well, that's how you cover it. Or they've nicked the edge of something which has caused a collapse.
Yeah, but that's just this team.
Yeah.
I don't think any other team has come up with that theory.
I don't know.
Across the ages.
Maybe they picked it up. They got to have picked it up from somewhere. But that's it for the money pit drilling.
Yeah, disappointing.
I say for the money pit drilling, a good 60% of that wasn't actually this week's money pit drilling. It was just video of last week's.
Well, the drilling was so awful that they had to rely on last week's content.
Yay!
And next week will probably be the same. Hopefully we'll have the sonar.
Yeah, a fat lot of good that'll do us.
Well, at this point it does look like that might not show very much.
But we all need a pick-me-up, so let's go to the swamp.
Okay.
We're off to wander the swamp.
This didn't end particularly well, though. The swampy bit.
It didn't start great either, because they were in the southwest corner and we've got them all grumbling about how this bit's nearly done and there's no more dings.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant.
It starts.
Gary Drayton. Oh dear, I'm not very good with these names.
The Draytonator.
Yeah,
Gary.
Metal detecting going, I haven't had a ping for ages.
Yeah, this and like I think it was Rick that was like, yeah, this is nearly done with.
And then they try and cheer themselves up by going, well, we always find stuff in the swamp though, so it's been good. It's just not good now.
You know who we need to talk to cheer ourselves up? Tom Nolan, that charismatic son of a gun.
Well, they want to dig his part of the swamp now, so they kind of need to get him involved.
I have a sneaking suspicion it might be that he's managed to wrangle it, that they're contractually obliged now every season to dig on his land for a bit.
Each season, yeah.
Because then he gets to lord it over. But yeah, we reconvene quite quickly to Tom, Rick, Steve. I've written Tom, Rick, Steve and Tom, but it's actually Tom, Rick, Steve and Scott.
Brilliant. Thanks so much for filling us in.
Tom's so good he was there twice. They talk plans and they decide to dig in the northern area of the swamp.
Well, I was just going to, before moving on from that, I was going to say they like going to the north part of the swamp because that's where they actually find stuff. That's where the vault-like toilet was.
The tomb-like toilet.
Is, yeah.
Or they call it there's vault-like structure.
Yeah. But that's in the northern part, isn't it?
It is. And they're hoping to find more.
Yeah, and Nolan's dad, when he was alive...
Fred Nolan.
You like the name Tom? What's up with that?
I don't know. Fred
Nolan. He found loads of stuff in the northern part of the swamp, loads of stakes.
Yeah.
So I guess it's always good value to dig up that end.
And because it's the north, the stakes are high. Hey! Zing. So they go digging in the northern area, and speaking of stakes, they find one immediately.
I know, yeah, 8-sided. Although I was a bit dubious about those 8 sides, because it looked like they were just spinning it around going 1, 2, 3, 4, not actually counting sides.
It was like, we have to...
5, 6, 7, 8, there we go, it fits.
Are they gaslighting us?
I know. Oh, I was a bit like, I think that needs to be washed and counted again.
Or is it just that they can't count?
Well, they counted 2 8.
Well, they seem to think that they've forgotten that another person's got to die before they find the treasure.
Well,
we've been stuck on 6 for ages.
7. Oh no, 7 must
The
die.
7th must die.
Yeah, they have been stuck on. Sorry, I got 8 in the head.
Fair play. Rick has been throwing himself into holes and getting Lyme disease.
And we have had like 4 people die, but not in active pursuit of the treasure.
And not on the island. The island hasn't claimed
2 of them died on the island. Blankenship and Nolan.
Well, we don't know that they died on the island.
Well, they probably did because they lived there.
I don't.
There was a high
Well,
chance.
this is getting morbid
anyway,
ever so quickly.
Sorry, guys.
Look up that public record. We see TJ Nolan construction plastered all over the digger, and it's not Billy in the cab. It's
Billy is not allowed
Tom's
on Nolan's land.
Yeah, this definitely smacks of, hey, look, you want to dig my land? I need my construction company advertised, and I need my guys on it.
Either that or it's Dad's theory, which is that Nolan does not like Billy Gerhardt and wants him nowhere near his stuff.
Which would, I mean, look, his dad and Blankenship had a massive falling out and rivalry for ages.
Years.
So it's in the blood is all I'm saying, this whole feud thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Well,
we're going to get this feud that I want. Turn it into...
Drama!
Just turn it into like a reality TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they dig around for a bit and only find that 8-sided shape. Steak.
Indeterminate.
Oh my God.
6-sided dice. They were going to play D&D. They're basically making it up. It's brilliant. But they get a ding only after that they remark that most stakes are found at 1.5 feet above sea level.
Oh yeah, because what's his name comes over. He's quite good.
Steve
isn't
Guptill.
he?
You're
with his stick.
You're a fan of the Guptill. He's not going to get the Emma Culligan treatment.
Well, I mean, to an extent, right?
Oh no,
Because
are you turning on Stevie Boy?
No. But I am being fair here by saying he rocks up to a site, puts his stick in the ground, presses a button, and all of a sudden, he knows everything.
Anyone could do that job. Hey.
Anyone could do that.
Liv.
I know. But I guess it's the rest of his job. And to be fair, Emma does work hard.
They made a big deal of this whole, like, most stakes are found 1.5 feet above sea level thing, right? As if that was, like, really telling, or they must all have been placed by the same people for the same purpose.
At the same time.
Yeah. And I'm like, or, hear me out, the ground level is 1.5 foot above, and they stick the stakes in the ground.
Now, do you know what happens over time?
My hair gets grayer.
Mm-hmm. The ground level rises.
Right.
So, your theory doesn't hold up for the reasons that you made. So, what they're saying is that they were all put in at the same time because put the stick in the ground, whack it 4 times, it's in 1.5 meters, whatever. 1.5 feet. 1.5 meters is a lot. Anyway, and then over time, that base level rises, so you'd have to drill it in more to get it to that same level, which you wouldn't do. You'd still whack it 4 times.
Right.
So they must have all been placed at the same time.
Possibly that.
Likely that.
Okay, sure. But yeah, they get a ding and they find... Do you remember what this was?
Yeah, well, what they think it is.
Oh, Gary says, so it must be true.
Yeah, I can't remember what he said the English word for it was, because I was like, I don't call it that.
Yeah, I was like, that is not what
I call it a latch.
It was like a larch
gate-
or something.
gate
Flurch.
Oh, he does have a funny accent. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe it was...
But yeah, it's just a gate or a door latch.
Yeah, for like fields.
Something like that. But it is and forged.
Well, it's the sort you see in a farmer's field with a public right
It's
of way.
sort of like a claw hook thing, so it just sort of sits over the top
You
of
put your
something.
thumb on it,
Yeah.
and it cantilevers at one point, goes up so you can swing the gate open, you close it, and it sort of latches back
It's
into
that
place.
classic sort of thumb latch that you get on back gates these days, yeah. So
Or farmer's fields.
yes. So that was that, and they're excited, and it's in a bag.
Yep. What do they say? They're gonna... They've sent it to Emma already, haven't they?
They're gonna, yeah, we haven't seen anything yet, but they're sending it to Emma.
And they want to get... What's his name?
Carmen
Legg. Yeah, they've said they would like to get him to look at it as well.
Yeah. And then we have another find. The gift that keeps on giving, old Swampo. Tom finds something.
Is that why you've been saying Tom's name this whole time?
Timothy Tom finds some blue and green pottery, or a bit of it.
He just bends down and picks it up.
He's like, oh my God. He's like, if Billy can do it, I'm fine to do it.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, we have never found anything like this before. And Gary Drayton's like, yeah, we have.
Drayton with the great memory going,
I know.
could this be a match for something we found inside Lot 26's wall, the Portuguese wall.
That they took apart a few years ago.
They're linking a lot of stuff to this Portuguese wall, because that's the second thing that they've linked to. They found some other pottery earlier in the season.
Did you notice when they were showing us the wall, there's just a pen on one of the bricks? Like, oh, that's been there for like 4 days.
As your dad pointed
decades.
out, oh look, I noticed the ancient Portuguese Sharpie.
Yeah.
Sharpie for size. They didn't have a banana.
Scale.
For scale. They didn't have a nana.
No.
But yeah, it is a good spot. Just leaving their crap lying around.
Yeah.
To be fair, that'll be next week's fine. The Knights of Malta used to write with Sharpies, don't you know? But yeah, that again, we're sort of at the end. That's the swamp. But they found way more than they did in the money pit drilling, so you know. So now the rest of the episode centres around Lot 8 in two forms. We've got a load of finds from Lot 8 last week, which we'll cover now. And then we'll move on to something a bit more exciting for the big finale.
They completely ignored Lot 5 this time.
Yeah, but we did. Don't be afraid that there's no archaeology. There be boatload of archaeology. Laird gets to show his chops off this
Laird
week.
has been for a walk.
Well, yes, but
and he's found what?
Well, we're going for the finds from last week first.
Fine.
So we start off with the tool handle, which you barely remembered last week because you were like, boring.
Well, it was pretty boring.
Well,
They've cleaned it up.
they have cleaned it up.
Looks better.
And it's not a knife handle, they don't think. Emma Culligan has decided that it's not a knife handle. She thinks it could be.
I told you that. I literally said that in our last episode.
Yes, but you're not an expert. Well, it's interesting because she's like, I don't think it's a knife handle. I think it's a multi-tool handle. It's hand-forged, but I can't find any similar examples. So I have no evidence to back it up. I just have a solid reckon that it might be a multi-tool.
Actually, that's when they mention Carmen as well, isn't it?
Yes, because she says it's definitely pre-1800s.
Yeah. Oh, great. Thanks for narrowing that down.
Now, you see, I did some cursory Googling to
Did
try...
you?
Yeah, don't get excited.
Oh.
Because I couldn't figure out... Because I try Googling, like, why is metallurgy always pre-1800 or something like that.
Oh, right. That's
But it turns out that metallurgy means a lot of things to do with metal. And so it's like, metallurgy started in the 1300s. I'm like, this is not going to help me. So I didn't want to go so far as to why is Emma Culligan so shit at metallurgy or something like that, which you'd have Googled.
Well, maybe then the problem is not Emma. Maybe
It's her
the
machine.
problem. No, maybe the problem is what they're asking her to do, and what they're asking her to do is provide information on stuff that she's not supposed to be providing information on, but it suits the show.
Maybe.
And that's why she always sounds like she doesn't really know.
Oh my God. Tripling down at this point.
No, I just said it's not her fault.
It's not her fault that she sounds
That's
like
how
shit.
I started this whole thing.
Yeah, but it's like going, no offence, but. And then something really offensive.
Okay.
I'm not slamming her, but I am questioning whether she seems like she knows what she's talking about.
Well, no, it's only with the dating of stuff and the knowing
What,
of
her
what stuff
entire
is.
job?
No, but that's what I'm saying. That might not be her entire job, but that's all they ever get her to do.
I think they should get Jack to have a go.
Jack would be all over it.
He would, to be fair, what he might lack in like information, he would more than make up for in enthusiasm. He'd be like, guys, I pushed the button and the radiation came out and it's amazing and it's probably pre-1800s or something. But did you see the lightning?
Yes. Hey, Jack always links it to a theory as well, though, so don't forget that part.
In Knights of Malta. So yeah, they're going to call in Carmen while he's here to look at the monitor, and he is going to tell you definitively what it is.
I am
guarantee
looking
you.
forward
Yeah.
to that. He'll take one look at it, know exactly how old it is and what it's for.
Yeah. Because if Laird had a book about it, we'd have heard about it by now.
Yeah.
So we go to the bag seal, speaking of Laird.
Yes.
And this is where Laird is like, hold my beer.
He has been waiting for this moment.
Yeah, hold my Newcastle Brown Ale because I know what this is. He was like, oh yeah, I was looking at this lead bag seal and I recognised the seal.
Didn't bother scanning it, didn't bother getting anyone else to
He
look
used
at
his
it.
twin optical scanners.
He knows. He's got Carmen leg energy.
Yes. And to be fair, look, this, you've ragged on him a little bit recently for like not knowing stuff, but this, right on it. This is Carmen leg levels of specificity.
Sort of.
Well, he was like, I recognised the suspended dead sheep
Yeah.
on this, and that means it's from Leeds. And I'm like, yeah, I worked in Leeds, that tallies. Yeah, that's the sort of...
Because they were saying, well, that's a bit morbid.
And I'm like, yep,
Macabre.
that's the north.
Yeah.
And it's the Leeds city seal, because obviously you want a dead sheep, but it represents the wool trade.
Yes, which Laird went on to say was Leeds' thing, was England's thing.
Well, he
The
started off with
UK.
Leeds, and then it was like Britain was basically based on wool.
I was like, excuse me, what about all the rest of our industry?
That's like me saying that America was based on burgers and genocide.
Yeah.
It might be true, but it's a bit of a generalisation.
Also, no, we're more than just wool.
No, that's true. The singing, and the Beatles.
What are you chatting about? I'm talking about coal. I'm talking about the Industrial Revolution, the North Sea gas. What's he chatting about? Sheep and wool.
Well, I think he meant at the time.
At the time. Yeah,
Well,
but
between the 1300s and the 1800s. He was overgeneralising, like...
pre-Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, but different cities had different specialisations. Not like the entire... He made it sound like basically we just had sheep.
Yeah.
Which we didn't. We had loads of other stuff.
I did get a bit cross with him.
Oh, yeah, me too. But that, that's fine.
I think it went to his head.
Yeah, he got a bit carried away.
He didn't stop talking.
Because he did start with Leeds.
Yes.
And then he just went, yeah, it's all of Britain. It's like this, because Americans think Britain is like a city.
Yeah.
It's London and a couple of villages.
Yeah.
So, what do they do?
That tiny village called Leeds.
Yeah, by American standards, it is. But
The hamlet called Manchester.
Yeah. So yes, they talk about that. So the bag seal would have been from a finished bale of fabric (brackets likely wool).
Yeah. I have no idea what's given him that impression.
No. And he was trying to give a representation of the size, and he was going, "Oh, about yay big." And so Emma was like, "So a hay bale size?"
I don't think that was Emma.
Was it not?
No, I think that was Ricky. I mean Rick.
Jesus. So hay bale size. And it was like, yes, the hay bale size bale of
But
wool.
aren't hay bales all different sizes, depending on what you set the machine to? We're coming back to farming.
Well, it's very difficult for me to describe how big he said auditorily.
Yeah.
But yeah, big. Bigger than they'd think. And bigger than you would typically see in a domestic setting. So the example Laird gave is like that size of bag would typically be used in, say, for example, pulling out of nowhere a fort.
Yes, and trade.
For making uniforms.
Or trade.
Or trade.
He talked trade a lot.
Yeah, he did talk trade a lot. But he also talked about like at a fort where they'd like make uniforms.
Trade at a fort.
Right, okay. Forty trade. Trader Samuel Ball.
No, he was a farmer.
He farmed cabbages, and what would he need? He'd need to wrap them in wool.
Oh, dear. Anyway.
I think he used to make little tiny wool hats for his cabbages, like those innocent smoothies.
Yeah, but the wool was from the 1300s, and Samuel Ball was from the...
Well, no. The wool was from between the 1300s and the 1800s, so we've got quite a range. Right. You suspected a theory from this, didn't you?
Did I?
Well, you were saying, like, you reckon that they're leading up to saying that Oak Island was just a big military fort and that this will be proof.
Yeah. Oh, well, they've had that theory before, haven't they? That it was a military fort.
Well, I don't know about
digging,
fort.
when they were digging up Smith's Cove.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, because they had, like, what they considered to be, like, battlements and defensive, and they found cannonballs and bits of
and then they
cannon.
went to go visit that other fort, and they were like, "Oh, it would have made sense." Yeah.
Okay, well.
So what I'm saying is, this is now just proof of the fort theory.
Proof. This is as much proof as they usually need, but that is all set dressing for the main event.
Yeah. So Laird goes for a walk
to his lair.
No, just round the island.
Laird is leading Rick. I almost said Ricky.
He just goes for a walk and he finds this giant boulder that the show episode is named after.
How have we not seen this before?
And then he's like, that's a nice boulder. I like that boulder. That's a huge boulder. Placing it there would have been tricky. Look at all these other smaller boulders around this eastern edge of it. They might be laid out in a circular shape. I need some funding. Let me go find Ricky.
Oh, well, Rick'll have to do. I can't find Ricky. I love in that you're retelling. Is he just stroking his chin the whole time?
Yeah. Money, money, money.
Wow. Okay. So,
The archaeologists, I mean.
Yeah. You're ascribing quite a cynical bent to him.
Yeah.
But he does. Yeah.
He's really pitching to be able to dig this.
Yeah. This really is him going. Please let me dig.
He's like, it's really interesting. And then Rick's like, yeah, maybe. And he's like, no, I need to go in harder. And repeats everything that he just said, but with more enthusiasm.
But what he also does is he throws in like all the shape of it and everything really suggests that it was a pit or a foundation. He starts off with going a pit that was filled in, like hinting, going like there might be treasure under
Same
there.
as lot 5.
And then later on he slots in, a pit or a foundation. So he's like he's trying to sell him on the treasure aspect of it.
And Rick, he still holds back enthusiasm, but his words change to, yeah, we definitely need to dig it. Yeah. And then Laird sort of relaxes, like, thank God for that.
And Laird still butters him up a bit by saying, I've got loads of really interesting stuff to do on lot 5 and stuff that I want to do, but you're dragging me over to the dark side.
Yeah.
Like really going like, this isn't really archaeology. This is your treasure. Idea. This is treasure and you've persuaded me.
Terrible.
I know, and I'm like, Laird on the dark side.
Manipulation 101.
Well, it's a cutthroat industry getting archaeological funding.
Yeah, I just told you, didn't I, last week?
Yeah. Well, that was while you were basically telling me that he was like a 2-bit travelling archaeologist.
It's hard to find work.
Who only graduated from the same shitty university as everyone else and basically hasn't done anything of worth, I think was basically the summary of what you were insinuating.
Well, I'm just saying, I said it is hard for archaeologists to find work. Now, I did not account for them going out and finding work for themselves.
Like bleeding them dry. And I bet they'll go like, oh yeah, we found Mi'kmaq. Sorry guys, we are shut down with full pay for 6 months. I just feel like it's very bold of you to reprise your whole Laird doesn't know shit after the lead bag seal Leeds City thing. He also had a book on scissors,
which he exaggerated. Yes, the book on scissors.
Okay, so maybe he's not up on his like industrial.
Anyone can own a book, Ben.
The experts are not a problem. That's one t-shirt, and anyone can own a book, Ben. T-shirt number 2.
The thing is, though, it's like what is it? Having a gym membership doesn't mean you go to the gym.
Oh, don't we know? My New Year's resolution to get rid of that damn gym membership that we had from last year.
Anyway.
That you won't let me cancel because you're too polite. But if we ever do show up, they might judge us.
For not being there.
But if we're not there, we can't tell, Liv.
We should have joined a really big gym and then no one cares who you are.
No one cares anyway.
They do. They chat to us. They chat to us, Ben.
No, they talk to you. I blank them. I'm really rude. I'm like, yeah, I gotta go.
I've been doing it wrong.
Got places to go, pools to swim in. I'm not here to chit chat.
Oh dear. Anyway.
Yeah, sorry, getting real insight into us. I'm like, I just want to know when I can cancel it. Can I try? Maybe they'll let me cancel it. And you're like, do not ask that. I'll never be able to go again. I'm like, you don't go now.
But I might want to.
This is how we end up in this. Basically, what you've got there is a dramatic retelling of the entire gym industry in a nutshell. It's their whole business model.
Yeah.
If you need to open a gym and you need to make the business case, hire us.
But I think when we signed up, I said, I think we should go to the one that we can cancel any month. And you said, no, we'll definitely go all the time.
And to be fair, I should have known what you're like.
Rude.
True, though.
Who's been to the gym more? Oh, no, this is devolving into an argument. Let's just move on.
Yeah, let's move on. So we, in new Oak Island fashion, we immediately cut to them digging it.
Record speed.
Archaeologicking. They didn't even get a digger or a plough in.
We missed the first bit. I was actually looking forward to this because this area was covered in
moss,
leaves and like twigs, and I thought, that'd be well fun to watch them leaf blower it. Missed that bit.
They just had them in the background,
having uncovered all the boulders.
What I thought was fascinating is they had like a shop vac in the back, like a Henry.
That's what I wanted to watch.
Are they hoovering the ground?
Well, we don't know.
What's that for?
Would have been good though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Do you know what? It sucked that we didn't get to see it. Way, and while they're peeling back the sort of root layer, Fiona Steele finds a cut bit of wood.
Yep.
I thought they were going to say it was like a pipe or something, because it looked like that, but I think it might have just been a dent and a bit of dirt. But they were like, this is definitely cut. I didn't just break it or nothing. Yeah. She was really adamant, I didn't break it.
You could tell because it was covered in dirt.
Also, it was on film, love, we saw.
And they said that where it was found would indicate that's the filled-in date. So if they can date that cut piece of wood when it was cut, then they would determine when this was filled in.
Yeah, they're going to send that for dating. And then, not long after, they find another bit of cut wood that looked really different.
Less special. Found two now.
It diluting it. But this one was right dug in at the base of the boulder.
The boulder.
The boulder. But it was a completely different colour. It was like an ambery, orangey colour. I was like, ooh.
Did you think? Because then the younger archaeologist sticks her arm under the boulder, and then Fiona's like, oh my God, your arm can go all the way in there. And I was like, yeah, she just dug a hole.
Yeah. Well,
and then she put her arm in it.
Well, to be fair, I don't think they dug a arm length hole.
Yeah, then it became clear that it was a void. But still, for a moment, I was like, well, yeah.
Well, I was like, this is a hazardous work environment. That's a massive ass boulder, and I'm just going to go, there's a hole under there. One, no, God knows what's living under there. And two, really great boulder. I'm not sticking my arm under that thing. That is dangerous.
Yeah.
That's union work, that is. But yeah, they were just like, yeah, look, big old hole. And they said there's multiple voids under there.
I think it's just one big one.
One big hole with lots of entrances.
Yeah, because it looks like little boulders are placed all round the big one with half a foot gap between each one.
Yeah, because they summon Rick, don't they? Because obviously anytime they find something interesting, Rick, the big ghost of the island, has to be brought to see it.
It's a bit like Steve Guptill, like, we need to measure this with the stick. Come now. And he spends his whole time dotting from bit to bit to bit to bit.
Whereas we need to bring the good old Rick for a good old Rick reckon.
Yeah.
And so he can pontificate. But yeah, he notices the evenly spaced blocks, and it's really interesting because to me it almost looked like they'd been placed around and the boulder on top of them, like they were stands for it, or they're wedged there to sort of hold it in place.
Yeah, which if there's a void underneath, they probably were, but also I don't know how the physics would work with that.
Who needs physics? I know, we can ask Emma Culligan.
But she's a metallurgist.
Yeah, well, apparently she's shit at that, or maybe she can be better at this.
The geologists might be able to help us with these rocks.
They can be like, that is rock. We need a void specialist.
Isn't that everyone on the island at this point?
Well, no, because they're all full of it.
I still think it's the geologists.
Well, but it's really interesting. I liked this because this was like, that's tangible stuff. That is definitely human made. Like, you're not going to get that arrangement like that. And then patterned with, because they pulled all the root layer off, and immediately under were loads of pointy rocks.
I bet you were feeling bad for advocating that they just blow it up to find out what's under it.
I didn't advocate. I just said if they wanted to find out what was under it, because previously we've had it on the show where they've gone, oh yeah, there was a giant boulder on the thing and it's not there anymore. And I went, oh yeah, it's America. They probably dynamited it. And they went, yeah, they blew it up. I was like, Jesus, I was kidding, but okay. So yeah, they decided not to blow it up. Maybe they didn't have a hand cannon to spare.
Yes.
But yeah, they want to find out what's under, because they're really adamant that what have they buried under here? What have they buried under this huge ass rock?
Yeah. I don't think they buried anything under it.
Who's moving that rock?
I know.
Who is moving that rock?
I know.
Who's going to be like, do you know what? I've got this tomb-shaped toilet, and you don't want to go in there, so I'm going to roll this huge-ass boulder on top of it.
Oh my God. What if it is just a long drop that's been filled in? Well, and if they dig enough, they will find the shit.
Whatever it is, I guarantee you, he's going to put his arm up to the shoulder in it. Rummaging around. He's like, ooh, sweet corn.
Yay. So happy.
But that is the end of Lot 8. The Lot 8 feature. God, I guess they'll call this the boulder or the stone circle feature, because there was a circle of stones around it. We're yet to find out what their great name for this is. But I liked this. This was interesting.
Yeah, it's new and fresh, and we don't know what's going to be beneath those layers.
But it's very definitely man-made. Like, initially I was sceptical. I was like, oh yeah, sure, yeah, it's just a big boulder. And the more they did the archaeology, the more I was like, yeah, okay, fair dues.
Well, I mean, I could kind of see what he saw on the ground. And he said it's clearly never been discovered before. This has been under the noses of searchers for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So this is fresh. This is new. No one's seen this before.
And they said as soon as they started pulling up the root layer, they were like, yes, this is definitely something that's been filled in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it
is interesting. It's just no one in the money pit.
So what we're hearing is Laird wasn't bullshitting. He was like, yeah, this actually is a filled in thing. So yeah, it's tangible, also, it's real and proper. It's not just made up.
Yeah, and also it fits with, if lot 5 was where they lived, these depositors, then lot 8
was where they shit.
Well, possibly, but not too far away to dig the treasure, to hide treasure. So I guess it's possible. Money pit, very far away.
Are you being convinced now?
Oh, I'm just saying it's a possibility.
It certainly is. I also like that when Scott and co showed up to see this void, they brought a massive long metal pole and shoved that in to go, oh yeah, it's 3 foot beneath. They weren't putting their arms in for nobody. Not even Rick was going to put his arm in.
Rick looked sceptical as well, like, yeah, okay, 3 foot. I'm not sure about that. Whoops.
Rick never looked sceptical. I think you're projecting there.
I thought he did look skeptical.
No, I think he was like, you put your arm in that? I wouldn't even put my arm in that. Just leave it there. So that is the episode. Bit of an interesting one, I thought. I think it's quite a hard one to score, but score it we must.
Yeah.
So do you want to go first with
your
scoring?
Well, I had another point.
Oh, sorry.
But I can't remember what it is.
Is that my fault somehow?
Well, I dropped my pen and it all went wrong.
Yeah. You weren't really listening to the last 5 minutes, were you?
I was thinking about my pen.
So if there was any scrabbling noises in the background, it wasn't someone burrowing. It was just Liv trying to pick up a pen, which she has no use for. You're not writing anything.
I was playing with it.
Yeah. That's the level of professionalism and care that Liv puts into this show.
Now what am I going to do?
Talk. Give us your score.
Okay.
Look, it's between 5 and 10. It's not hard.
Yeah, well, it's getting a 7.
A 7. Yeah. Middle of the road.
Yeah, well,
I can see how much thought you've put into it.
I put a lot of thought into it since you asked me at the beginning if I'd thought about it, and I said no.
Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like some of the bits that can be good were really bad.
Right.
And then we had the saviour. Really, I think it was that last bit, lot 8, that was the saviour. That was interesting. The rest of it I found quite dull this episode.
Yeah, yeah. And yet you've still given it 7 out of 10.
Yeah. It makes so much sense to me. But
remember, listeners, 5 is her baseline. No Oak Island episode can get worse. They could show you a clip show of all the times that Rick has stuck his arm in something, and she'd still score it a 5.
Oh, I don't like clip shows.
You'd still give it a 5 though, because it'd be Oak Island.
I might.
The fact that you're even having to have a debate about it tells you how skewed your perspective about this show is. Well, as you ponder that, I'll give you my score. Okay. I gave it I'm now slightly surprised. I gave it 5 arms shoved into sketchy voids out of 7.
5 out of 7 is a really good score.
Well, honestly, it was purely for the lot 8 feature.
Was it? Yeah.
And Laird going bag seal crazy.
Oh.
Everything else was utter shit. But I did actually quite enjoy, like, the Pro Hawk video enhancement gave me real 10x vibes, and that's where I want this pitched at for me.
Yeah.
Like, get back to the whimsical bullshit of, like, I'm a dreamer, and from that blurry picture there's this, all of that proof.
Yeah.
I like that snake oil salesman self-delusion madness. So while that was shit, it was nostalgic shit for me, and it gets us ever closer to the possibility of then drilling a case on and chucking some diver down there. And I'm hoping and dreaming, if we get a diver down a hole, 10. 10 out of 7.
10 out of 7.
10 out of 7. 7! It's just all of the numbers.
Okay.
I would just be like a Rick in a, I don't know, toilet hole.
Okay.
I would just be so pleased. But yeah, the lot 8 feature, the as yet unnamed feature.
Boulder feature.
Yes.
What was the episode called again?
Boulder but Wiser.
Boulder.
No one said that. Nothing.
No. And no one's wiser.
Yeah.
Literally no one.
I know. Someone came up with a phrase that I didn't note down in the show that I was like, that would be a better title.
Yeah.
There's just so many things that you could have gone with. I don't know. Anyway.
We can't think of any.
Yeah.
We don't get paid to think of them.
No. I mean, they could have gone, don't put your hand in that, for a start. I'd watch an episode go, don't put your hand in that.
That's a whole other show.
What about Lured to the Dark Side? Dark Side Laird.
Laird to the Dark Side.
Dark Side of the Laird. 10X all over again. That would be what it should be
No one's
called.
talking about 10X.
No.
They want to forget that part of their history.
Because it was a load of
Those
old
first
shit.
3 seasons need to be scrubbed off.
Because it proved that Dan Blankenship, their personal hero, was Delulu.
Well,
But I love it. I want more of that shit. More 10X. Put a diver down.
that's what I was going to say, actually. Do you remember recently, which you probably do because it was so recent, we re-watched episode 1 of season 1.
It was so good.
Oh my goodness.
Such janky shit. And they've got Dave Blankenship riding around in his little golf cart.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're going to drain this and spray it in like a skip.
Yeah, it was an off-roader, wasn't it? It was like a mini, what do they call them? Quad
ATV,
bike.
yeah.
A mini quad bike that he's riding on.
It's just brilliant.
And they're like, that's tiny.
And there's like 3 of them. And Jack Begley looked about 12 years old.
Yeah, and they were doing stuff with makeshift equipment. Like,
Yeah.
well, we could just use this.
Yeah, and there was still like there was trees everywhere.
Yeah.
And like
The money pit was green.
old like wooden structures and just uncovered pits.
Yeah, it really looked like
It
an
was
abandoned
like-
island.
It was a real dangerous old place.
Yeah.
And like if anyone was going to die, it was them. But it was so quaint.
Yeah, you look at it now and it's like a professional building site. All
Yeah,
over
well,
the
they've
island.
decimated that poor island.
Yeah.
They've Dunfielded it.
Yeah, in their own way.
Yeah.
Added all these buildings that are now laboratories and what else?
Did you say lavatories?
Laboratory. Laboratory.
Toilets.
Laboratory. No, we say laboratory.
Laboratory.
No, but that's the American
We just
one.
say labs. Laboratory.
Now I don't know how to talk.
And on that's what Oak Island will do to you. On that note, that's all, folks.
Thank you so much for listening. See you next time. Bye.
Toodles!